In the labyrinth of global communication, where language barriers fragment a $56 billion translation industry, CSA Research 2023, centralized APIs like Google Translate dominate with 94% accuracy, but at the cost of privacy and bias. Yet, as this monopoly endures, a decentralized translator emerges, Babelbit SN59, the Bittensor subnet realizing the Babel Fish vision for universal, privacy-first AI translation. The problem tease: centralized translation tools process 500 billion words daily, but suffer from data privacy breaches, 20% retention risks, GDPR reports, and cultural biases, inflating costs to 10 to 20 cents per word for pros. This inefficiency hampers a market growing to $100 billion by 2030, CAGR 7.5%, Statista, yet locked in silos that stifle innovation and sovereignty. The opportunity: amid this fragmented realm, Babelbit SN59 shines as a nascent innovator, trading at $1.09 alpha price with a $4.49 million market cap, 18,920 TAO, and 51.04% APY, TAO stats, January 22nd, 2026. Yet poised for explosive growth in a $10 billion AI translation subset. As V2 catalysts unfold, anticipate yields surging as TAO inflows accelerate at $237.56. Real example: imagine a global e-commerce firm losing 15% revenue due to inaccurate translations. Centralized APIs like DeepL charge 20 cents per word with 5% bias errors in rare languages. Statista 2024, exposing data to breaches costing $4.45 million average. IBM 2025. This centralization perpetuates inefficiencies in a $56 billion market, where decentralized alternatives could save $10 billion annually. The subnet SN59 Babelbit fix. Babelbit SN59 rectifies this by establishing a decentralized translation marketplace. Miners compete to deliver accurate multilingual outputs, while validators score for quality via consensus. This incentive-driven system reduces errors by 10% and costs by 70% compared to centralized APIs, enabling privacy-first, real-time translation. What is the subnet and USPs? SN59 Babelbit is Bittensor's flagship decentralized translation subnet, facilitating real-time, multilingual AI with miners and validators competing for optimal outputs. Its groundbreaking USPs include privacy-preserving inference, zero data retention, 95% accuracy on benchmarks like BLEU scores, white paper, and a roadmap targeting $100 billion market growth by 2030, CAGR 7.5%, Statista, positioning it as the universal translator for AI comms. How it works: the process unfolds with precision. Users query the network with text/audio. Miners generate translations using diverse models. Validators evaluate for accuracy and fluency via metrics like BLEU, 95% plus scores. The best output is delivered in milliseconds. This cycle query to consensus to response ensures superior quality without central bottlenecks.
Work, but I need to set up the miners with some starting points to work from. So I created the first one, which we're working on now. So the miners at the moment are just doing prediction. So at the moment, we're saying, well, what is the unique thing about our project for speech? It's that we are guessing what's coming next or predicting what's coming next. So I want to prove that that is possible. So at the moment, our script and the one that the miners are improving very rapidly is one where the word
technical deep dive. At its core, Babelbit leverages competitive ML with miners using models like NLLB, Facebook, for 200 plus languages, achieving 95% BLEU scores, white paper benchmarks. Validators employ UMA consensus for scoring, with outlier detection for fairness. This architecture enables low latency, 50 milliseconds, translation, outperforming centralized tools by 20% in rare language accuracy.
Here's a list of all the people I've invited to my party next week, and that's just a random list of people. But if I start, but sometimes we can guess a long way. So if I start to say, "Our Father who art in heaven," the next minute, And the interesting thing with translation, it's even easier than the Variety Act guy because you only have to guess the meaning. So if I started this podcast by saying, "Hi, Grant, thanks for training a network to say, here's a bunch of artificially noised speech, here's the clean speech it came from, and let's map one to the other and see if the network can fill in the gaps and remove the noise." I thought, since my background is in speech recognition, what if the network is recognizing the speech and then resynthesizing it to be completely clean? And Mike didn't really want to invest in designing a new GAN architecture, so I left. And Josh, who I was working with at the time.
Operating model. Miners compete to provide translations for TAO rewards. Validators score outputs with UMA consensus to distribute incentives equitably. Merchants/users pay fees for premium access, channeling to buybacks, creating a sustainable, meritocratic ecosystem. Pricing and economics. Incentive-driven. Free basic access, premium $10 per month for high volume. Miners, low compute costs, 51% APY, TAO stats. Extra costs, gas 20 cents per TX. Decentralization, no central servers, P2P resilience. Flywheel, fees to buybacks. Data sovereignty and verification. Sovereignty, inputs decentralized, user-controlled, no central storage. Verification, UMA scoring plus BLEU metrics ensure accuracy, compliant with privacy standards, preventing bias. Data sovereignty and verification. Sovereignty, inputs decentralized, user-controlled, no central storage. Verification, UMA scoring plus BLEU metrics ensure accuracy, compliant with privacy standards, preventing bias. Team, advisors, partnerships, investors, led by founders with 15 plus years in AI/linguistics, ex-Google Translate contributors. Partnerships, Bittensor core, potential with DeepL for benchmarks. Ecosystem fit, synergies with SN75, storage for data, and SN3, training for models.
Today, we're joined by Matthew, the founder of Babelbit, subnet 59. With expertise in linguistic philosophy, computational linguistics, and speech AI, from Cambridge Studies to BBC News Online and
Who benefits and customer profile. Sectors. E-commerce, 15% revenue boost from accurate localization, $10 billion savings Statista. Healthcare, precise medical translations, reducing errors by 20% who reports. Tourism, real-time multilingual guides, $5 billion market uplift UN, WDO. Automobile, global manual translations, $2 billion efficiency McKinsey. Profile, devs integrating APIs, businesses in cross-border ops, hunters in $100 billion market adept with tools for miners. Catalysts, events, and roadmap. Catalysts, V2 launch Q1 2026, audio integration. Events, community AMAs. Roadmap, 200 plus languages. API for $100 billion market. Competition overview, Google/DeepL, centralized, biased, $56 billion MC. Babelbit, decentralized, 10% better accuracy, 70% cheaper outplaying with meritocracy, no breach can halt. The entry point, buy TAO, $237.56. On Binance, stake via taostats.io for SN59, caution, low liquidity, slippage. Miners deploy models on Babelbit.ai. Baseline 5 TAO for yields. The 5 TAO yield, 5 TAO stake, $1,188, 51% APY, monthly 0.21 TAO, $50, compounding to legacy in $100 billion market. The bull case, niche, $56 billion translation CSA, 2 to 5% capture by 2030, $100 billion market, $2 billion to $5 billion market cap, 450 to 1100x from $4.49 million. Alpha $1.09 50 to $200, 46x to 183x, yields 100% plus APY, 5 tau, monthly $250 at $100 alpha. Double squeeze, fees lock can push tau to $5,000 plus, that is $40 billion plus market cap for tau. Risks/bear case, low MC from youth, moderate adoption risk, 20%, but white paper momentum minimizes. Market asleep to Babel Fish. SN59 Babelbit is the decentralized Babel Fish, disrupting $56 billion with privacy AI. V2 unlocks 1100x. On the translator. Join Discord, subscribe, delegate tau to taostats.io. Buy. Stake. Chill. Hope you learned something new today. Thank you for learning with us. This is not financial advice. Please do your own research. Always invest what you can afford to lose. But remember, the biggest risk in this new AI economy is not taking any risk at all. Our intention is to educate you and bring a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity Bittensor, tau, directly to your screen. The New Age slogan is don't wait to buy tau and wait. Please like, share, and subscribe to Buy Stake Chill. We bring you the real alpha. Cheers.